Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Robinson, and this is my Martin 1959 D18 that I've had for quite a long time. This guitar was purchased in 1992.
The 90s.
The early 90s. It was almost the 80s. In Los Angeles, California, when they used to have guitar stores all over the place. It was on Sunset, or was it Sunset? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Guitars R Us. You know, at that time in my life, I didn't play any guitar, but my father was a folk singer on ABC Paramount Records. I grew up with a 1953 D28 in the home that he played all the time. So that's kind of like the guitar resonant sound that I heard growing up, you know, besides all the music and stuff. So eventually, when I was going to purchase something, I wanted something nice and something that I could hold on to. And I told Albert I was looking for a Dreadnought Martin, and he pulled a few down, and this was the one that I've had ever since. And I don't know anything really about it, except for the fact that...
You've written hundreds of songs on
yeah. This is the song. I mean, this is the guitar that all the songs fall out of. You know? It sounds... I love the sound. It's on our records, and but this is the one. Yeah, when it's time to write, this is the guitar that comes out, and... So I keep it away from all the other guitarists, as not to be influenced, you know, by them. The first song I wrote, Tornado, which is a song from an early Black Crowes album that was never released. It subsequently, the CRB revived and have been playing for years now. And what was really the first composition I wrote on my own was written on this guitar, and pretty much every other one, Appaloosa, I mean, I don't know, all of them.
Did you write hi-hat on that?
I wrote Hi-Hat Blues on this guitar, yeah. Sitting around. So this has always been my guitar. And I was saying too, like, it's funny about guitars because when I was a kid and I didn't play guitar, I was so cavalier with this guitar. I would just take it around, throw it in a case, put it on the plane to Jamaica, take it on tour to Europe. You know what I mean? Just like this was my guitar. And it's like anything in your youth, I guess. Looking back at the decisions you made was like horrifying. But I still have it and I love it. And yeah, this is my favorite one.
My name is Neal Casal, guitar player in the Chris Robinson Brotherhood. This is a 1952 Gibson SJ that I have not even had a year. And there's no particular search story to this guitar because when I ran across it, I wasn't searching for a guitar. I've spent all the money that I've made over the past few years on guitars, amps, pedal boards, and at the time that I found this, I had sworn that I was done buying any gear for a while. But a friend of mine said, "Oh, come into this incredible, vintage acoustic store in Philadelphia with me." And I said, "I don't want to go in there, man. Just come in, man. It's cool. You don't have to buy anything."
You have amazing willpower.
Yeah, I caved pretty quickly. So he'd been bugging me to go to the store for a couple of years, and I said, "All right, fine. But I'm not going to buy anything." And I went in there and I was looking around at all these very expensive guitars, which I've played before and checked out, and playing Martins of that ilk and different Gibsons, and nothing. I was just kind of picking them up, and nothing was really calling to me, and I didn't want anything to call to me. And then just as I was leaving the guitar room to go into the mandolin room, this guitar caught my eye. I've always had a thing for these Gibsons of this era because, the Everly Brothers, the Beatles and Rolling Stones records, and so many other, classic recordings and groups had these. And I was just leaving the room, and it was the last guitar in the row. And just as I was leaving, I thought, let me just check that out for a second. I hit one chord, and it was all over. And my friend was standing next to me, and he was like, "You realize you have to buy that guitar now." And I was like, "Man, you made me come in here." But I forced myself to not buy the guitar at that moment.
You had that hip replacement surgery. It was expensive.
And I did have to pay that off, and I'm still paying that off, but it's a different story. But I left the store without buying the guitar, and it just it wouldn't leave my mind. So it was a week or two later that I called the place and said, "Do you still have it?" "Yeah." "All right, here you go." Forked it over, and bought the guitar. And it was good timing though, because we were just about to make Barefoot in the Head, our new record, which the original idea for this record was that it was going to be an acoustic album. And it turned out to be more than that, with a lot of electric music too, but there is quite a bit of acoustic music on it. And this guitar made its debut on that record, and it made a really beautiful debut. It's an incredible guitar. It's a lifetime guitar, you know, like Chris's is. I'll have this forever. It's been a bit painful paying it off, but you know, I'm a musician. We do this for a living, so it's well worth having. It's beautiful sounding, nice to look at, and that's the deal.
There you go.